All right, so we're going to move on to session 3 for lesson 16. And for this lesson, I'm going to probably skip a few parts because I just want to make sure we understand where to put our decimal points when we multiply with decimals. And that's what I'm going to mainly focus on. So some of the content for the notes we're going to skip over and then just do mostly stuff that I think you'll need to do the IXL for later. The first thing is, they want us to do an area model to find the product of 4 and 43 hundredths. And again, to do an area model, like basically we're doing 4 times 4 tenths, and that will be 1.6. And then we have 4 times 3 hundredths, which is 12 hundredths, like that. And again, when we set up these area models, we want to total up what we have in all of these sections. So we're going to do 1.6 plus 0.12. I'm just going to put a 0 here just so everything lines up nice. 2 plus 0 is 2. 6 plus 1 is 7. Bring down your decimal. 1, and our answer is 1.72 for that. So again, area models we'll do more of when we're trying to break that up, but 1.72 is that for our warm-up. Just reviewing, adding our decimals and then also multiplying our decimals. Kind of 2 for 1 for that one. Please open up to page 335. And again, I'm talked about how I'm just going to skip over a bunch of parts that the way they teach it, I think it's a little confusing, and just give you the basics. So Jaden made a rectangular swing that is 1.4 meters long and 1.2 meters wide, or make rectangular sign. So our sign will look like this. So it's 1.4 and 1.2. And it wants to know how many square meters of wall does the sign cover. So it basically wants to know what area is covered inside here. So let's set this up with 1.4 and 1.2. So what I tell kids when they're multiplying decimals is really just ignore the decimal places for now and basically pretend that this is like 14 times 12. Again, just ignore those decimal points right now. You've got a classic 2-digit multiplication problem. So we have 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. Don't forget your 0 because you're going on to the second line. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And let's add all these up. I've got 8, 6, and a 1. Okay. But we have decimal points we've got to put there. And again, I've mentioned if you see how many place values we have here, that'll tell you how to do your decimal points. But let's talk about that. This 4 is in the tenths place, so we could think of it as 0.1. And this 2 is also in a tenths place. That's also 0.1. And if you multiply 1/10 by 1/10, it gives you 100. So look at that. We've got 2 decimal places here. So let's do the same down here. So our 168, let's bring it over 2, and 1.68, because that's the same amount of decimal places if we have a tenth times a tenth. So the easiest way, though, I kind of say is just count up how many places are here, but maybe this will help people understand why we're doing it like that. So 1.68 meters. All right, let's clear that out. Again, I want to skip this. It's not anything that we're going to be using necessarily, although this kind of does show what we just did. And this, again, I think gives you a lot of work here to do when we could just do it in less steps, more practical way. Then we'll skip this as well. All right, let's just go ahead and turn right to page 338. What's the value of the expression 4/10 times 1.8. So you can do this as 1.8 times 0.4. But again, if these decimal points confuse you, just rewrite it without the decimal. Just write it just like this. And 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 7 is 72. I've got 1, 2 places here. So I'm just to prove that, we've got a tenth times a tenth, and that equals a hundredths. So to make this into a hundredths, I've got to put my decimal here, because that's, again, tenths. And this is your hundredths. So they got to match up. Or just count up these. There's 2. Just go over 2 places for that. And like I said, a lot of these you might think you could do them in your head, but writing them down on paper keeps things more organized. Rosa filled her car's tank with 9.8 gallons of gas. Each gallon costs $3.85. How much did Rosa spend on gas? So you can do 3.85 times 9.8. Again, with multiplication, you do not have to line up your decimals. If it helps you, ignore the decimals for now. You can do it like this. So let's solve this. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 8 is 64, plus the 4 is 68. 8 times 3 is 24, plus the 6 is 30. Start with your 0 for the next line. Cross these out so you don't get them messed up. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 4 is 76. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 7 is 34. Careful to make sure all of these are lined up properly. So let's add them up. Got 0. 8 plus 5 is 13. 6 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. 3. This is a little different. So I've got this. I've got these 2 spaces, got a tenths and a hundredths. So that's 0.01 times a tenth. And that will create the thousandths. That's 3 place values. So I've got to go 1, 2, 3, and put my decimal right here. Again, you've got tenths, hundredths, and thousandths, just like this one. And our final answer is $37.73. And the last one, so this one even got me when I tried to go over it on my own. And let me explain to you why. I saw that I had 1 place value, a tenth and a tenth. So I know 1/10 times a tenth means my answer is going to have a digit in the hundredths. And I've got a couple of those with digits in the hundreds. So I knew I had to solve these the traditional way. What I was surprised to find out was this. I'm going to keep the decimals here for this one just to show you. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 9 is 72, plus 4 is 76. So put a 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Let's add these up. I got 0, 6, 9 plus 7 is 16, and 2. So I look up here. I've got 2 spots, tenths and hundredths. I've got my tenths and my hundredths here to match up. And I get 26.60, which isn't, at the first glance, is not any of these that we see, but this one right here, you could put a 0 there to be the same value. So it's actually, this one kind of tricks you because There is a 0 in the hundredths place, but it doesn't show it here, so we just assume it just has the 6 and the tenths, but this would be the correct answer. So it does help to actually solve these all the way through. All right, so that should get you set up for today's homework, which is I-14. Multiply two products, 2 decimals, products up to hundredths. Let's double check this one. Yep, I actually wrote that in wrong. It should be I-15. But you probably guys already know that if you've gotten this far. I-15, multiply 2 decimal products up to hundredths. Again, just do everything on a separate sheet of paper and you shouldn't have any problem with it. I am available to help if you need it.